So a little bit about me. I'm 37 years old. I grew up in the inner city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods in the city. All right, drug infested, crime infested. Gang started in around 1993. So that's the time I was going from junior high or middle school, depending on what part of the country you come from, to high school. So I lived in a neighborhood where we wore black. Right up the street, they wore red. Right down the street, they wore blue. So I got in trouble and got picked on just because of the clothes that my parents had already bought for me, right? I don't control what I wear. These are the clothes that my parents got me. Now I'm getting asked why I got these colors on. So I was able to make it out of that. When I graduated high school, right before I graduated high school, I joined the Army. So now this is 1998, 19 and a half years ago. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, right? I'm looking at, I can draw, I like art, maybe I'll go to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. So when I talk to the counselors, when I talk to the high school counselors, you know, they're telling me, hey, you got to have good grades if you want to go to the next level of education, right? I'm looking at my transcripts, I'm looking at my grades, I wasn't doing too hot. College wasn't really going to be my best option. Now, depending on what you want to do with your life, that all starts right now. That really is going to be dictated by what your grades are looking like right now. When you take your SATs, your ACTs, all that stuff is going to kick into play. Because when I got out the Army and I tried to apply to go to the University of Pittsburgh, guess what they told me? Sorry, sir, your high school grades wasn't good enough. Unfortunately, you will not be accepted admission into the university. What you can do is you can go to a community college for 2 years and then transfer into the university. I didn't want to do that. I thought I was too good for that. So me being 18 years old, I'm like, hey, I'm too good to go to no community college. I'll beat them. I just won't go to college. Yeah. 18, 19 years later, that sounds like the dumbest thing in the world. But when I was 18, that sounded like I was getting them. And I was really hurting myself. So understand, I joined the Army because I didn't think I had any options. A recruiter chased me for 4 years and was like, hey, I want to talk to you. Hey, I want to talk to you. Hey, I want to talk to you. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do no Army stuff. And then the 12th grade, he came to me and said, I just want to make sure you got options. That word options clicked in my head, and that's what made me sit down and listen. Because if I don't have options, I'm not going to do anything. So if you give yourself options, all right, I can do this or I can do that, you're more likely to choose one. So my advice to you, if you take anything away from this talk, is give yourself options. Know what's out there for you. If you don't know what's out there for you, you're not going to do anything. You'll be sitting right there doing the same thing that you was doing last year, the year before that, 10 years before that. I got in trouble in 2004 in the Army, and I'm going to share this with you. Hopefully somebody takes this away. My commander told me, he said, I was a specialist at that time. He said, Specialist Pierre, if you go back to that neighborhood that you're from, 10 years from now, you're going to look around, you're going to see the same people. I mean, exactly what I just said. You're going to see the same people doing the same thing. Ain't changed nothing. On the same corners, smoking the same stuff, hanging with the same people, talking about the same stuff. That clicked. Because what's crazy is 10 years later, legit, I went back. I seen the same people doing the same stuff. I'm like, man, y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all got to be kidding me. And all the hard work that's out here, all the potential to be able to do whatever we want. Like, what do you want to be when you get out of high school? A teacher. What do you want to be?
I want to work on cars.
Cars. What do you want to do?
I want to be an underwater welder.
A welder?
Underwater welder.
Underwater welder. Wow. Okay. What do you want to do? Nothing, or you don't know? Okay. What do you want to do?
Music.
Music. What kind of music? Sing? Rap? Okay. Produce or just rap?
Both.
Awesome. Awesome. What do you want to do?
He said cars.
He said cars. Yeah. There you go.
Graphic designer.
Graphic designer. I might need you. I might need you. All right. So fast forward, right? In 2013, again, I've been in the Army, deployed in 2006, 2007. I went to the Steve Harvey Youth Mentorship Program in Chicago. Y'all ever heard of it? He got one in Dallas when he does like the big summer camp thing. For the teenagers.
Yes, sir.
Young males coming from single parent houses, right? That's like the target audience that he does. I went there, I was asked to be a mentor. I went there, I mentored a group of teenagers. I had a group of about 10 kids, right? I'm going to the seminars, I'm sitting in small groups like you are, but I'm off on the side, like Miss Farmer, right? I'm taking my little notes, right? Everything they was telling them, I was listening. I'm like, man, I don't know what y'all doing, but if anybody who is where I want to be is speaking, I'm taking a pen and pad out and I'm writing everything I can down, because I might not remember everything he says or she says, but if I write it down, I can reference it. I was mentoring them, but I was being mentored at the same time. Changed my life. Changed my life. You'll be surprised the information that you receive when you don't even expect it. Some things are taught, but some things are caught. If you put yourself in the right position and you just happen to hear the right information, it'll change your life. Not only was I inspired by the people who spoke, one of the guys that I was watching on YouTube, y'all ever heard of Eric Thomas?
No, sir.
All right, he's a motivational speaker. My son was going through his highest level of football at this point, right? He was in middle school, right? He stopped when he got to high school, but he was at his peak. He was killing them. So I was playing this YouTube video for him called "When You Want to Succeed as Bad as You Want to Breathe." Look it up. It's called "The Secrets to Success." Eric Thomas. I was listening to that clip probably like 3 times a day. This dude was there at the Steve Harvey program. I didn't even know he was there. I got up on stage, I did my little spiel like this. I told his story about the guru. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. I got up there and I told his story, and when I came off the stage, I never met this man before in real life. I only seen him on YouTube. He came over to the side, cut me off, stuck his hand out and was like, "Hey man, I just want to introduce myself to you. My name is Eric Thomas. I did that story like 6 years ago and it went viral on YouTube." It's clicking in my head that this is the dude from YouTube. He just said it, right? But at the same time, I'm in disbelief. I'm like, this ain't really the dude from YouTube. Like, in real life, I get it. This is Steve Harvey ain't no small time guy. So he got the capability to bring in whoever he want to bring in. But still, I couldn't conceive in my head that I was really talking to the dude that I was watching on YouTube for inspiration every day. Right? He was like, the reason why I got up and came over to you is because I've heard so many people tell this story before, but nobody did it the way it's supposed to be told. Sir, you stood up there and you gave that story exactly with the same passion and the same energy as I did when I told the story. Then it really started clicking like, oh my goodness. I'm listening to his voice, it started like sinking in. I'm like, this is the dude from YouTube for real. In my head, shaking his hand, and I'm trying to be calm, because inside I'm like, oh my God, right? Like starstruck. And at the same time, I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you, appreciate that. You know what happened right then? I was like, man, this dude is a millionaire because he gets in front of people and he talks. And one thing that he claims to fame, he said, I used to get in trouble for talking when I was a kid. They used to tell me, Eric, you gotta shut up, man. You talk too much. He said, now every time I speak, my kids eat. Wow. He said, now I speak for a living. But I speak with a purpose. I'm not just talking just to be talking. I'm not just chitter-chattering. I'm talking to inspire people. I'm talking to empower people. I'm talking to let people know what I've been through, and I'm better than where I came from. I was like, you got a point. You got a point, because I can relate. I'm better than the environment that I grew up in. We didn't expect it to make it past, 17, 18? Not in my neighborhood. I go on Facebook to look for the people who I grew up with. Most of them ain't even around. That's sad. It's scary, but it's sad. Some of them are in jail. Some of them are underground. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the decisions that we make, right? So when you're looking at your options, your future is going to be predicated on the decisions that you make now. Like now. This is what I discovered. Craziest thing in the world. I used to suffer from depression. I used to suffer from anxiety, right? I used to be a very unhappy, angry person. Now I have the liberty of having to answer people when they think I'm crazy, kinda. They be like, man, what is wrong with this dude? He's always happy. He's always excited. He's always energetic. How do you stay like that all the time? Because I figured something out. I figured out the secret to happiness. Y'all want it?
Yes, sir.
You want the secret to happiness? It's a decision. Nobody told me that. Nobody set me down in the classroom and said, you know what? If you want to be happy, all you have to do is make that decision. No matter what the circumstances are, no matter what's happening, no matter what anybody's doing to you, under any circumstances, in any environment, whether I live in a 6,400 square foot home or a cardboard box, I'm going to be thankful for what I do have because I know. Just give me a minute. I'm going to get out this cardboard box. I ain't even sweating that. I already know what I'm capable of. You know why? Because God made me different than anybody else. If that ain't enough, right? I might not be you, but that's okay. I don't have to be you because I'm me. I hope that makes sense. Because I'm telling you, when I was in school, I wasn't the coolest kid in school. I was, quote unquote, one of the lames. I was a lame. If it wasn't for my two cousins, I probably would have got beat up. Females. Ebony and Tiffany. Not even like direct, they like second or third cousins. I can't even remember. But when we got to the school and I found out that we had the same family bloodline, I linked up with them. It was their coolness that got me through high school. And here's the craziest part about it. I was trying to figure out, like, man, what makes these kids cool? I was like, for a cool kid to be cool, what makes them cool? It ain't always the clothes. Some of them was dressed, yeah, they nice. They got the gear on, they got the new Jordans. They fresh. So, okay, I get that. That works for them. But this guy got on J's and he ain't cool. This guy don't got on J's and he cool. What's the difference? The guy who walked into the school like, chest poked out, head up, I don't care what nobody say. I'm that dude or I'm that girl. That was the difference. I couldn't figure that out when I was in high school. I didn't figure that out till years later. I'm like, man, if I could just go back, I'd be the coolest kid in the school. Because ain't nobody sit me down and tell me that. It's all in here. All I got to do is make a decision and accept who I am and be the best me I could be. I stopped comparing myself to other people. Watch this. I stopped comparing myself to other people. I look in the mirror and I'll be like, all right, this is me right now. I see a future me. That's who I'm comparing to. I want y'all to try that, like for real. See yourself where you want to be, not where you currently are. That way, you're always improving. You never arrived. Even the success that I've been able to, I own my own business. I work for myself now. I'm retiring out the military in the next couple months, completely done. Wash my hands, full retirement. I have an office out in West Columbia, South Carolina, that I'm opening up officially on Monday to the public. Right now, thank you. Right now, all I'm doing is like the behind the scenes work. It's a lot of work. So anybody who's thinking about entrepreneurship, it's not for everybody. It's for anybody, but it's a lot of work. I mean, like a lot of work, ridiculous work.
That you do a lot by yourself.
By yourself, a lot of work. Because it's you. You are the business. So if you're up for that, it's a challenge. It's a real good challenge. And it's fun and it's rewarding. But you gotta have it in you. It gotta be in you. You gotta be built for it. Or you go get a job. Oh, excuse me, you get an education, you get a job, you work for somebody, you climb that ladder. Nothing's wrong with that. You just gotta know what your options are. So here's where my benefit was, right? Wasn't really good at school, but I'm an entrepreneur. I didn't know it then, but it all makes sense because there's nothing in the school system that gears towards entrepreneurship. It's not designed for that. Now, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, if you want to be an executive, corporate type, if you want to do any of those typical things, firefighter, policeman, right, music, just depending on what avenue you want. Do you want to run your own label or do you want to work for a label? Depending on what your plan is going to dictate what your route is. So it didn't really work out for me as far as, well, it did work out for me. It would not have worked out for me if I'd have got a great education, went to college, got this big old degree, spent all this money, went into all this debt for something that is not going to map out to what my plan and what my wants and my desires and my passions are. So you got to dig deep. You got to dig real deep in you, right? Figure out what it is that you want and map out your road to success predicated on that. If you don't know what you want, and this is what I got teenagers, this is what I tell them. If you don't know what you want, college is a real good place to figure it out because you're going to meet a whole lot of people and it's not like this. It's not like high school. It's a whole new environment. You're on your own. You have to figure it out and you have to figure it out fast. But ask people who have a degree, are they operating in the field of their education? I'm gonna give y'all, say it again? No, that's crazy. I'm gonna give y'all a homework assignment and you ain't gotta do it if you don't want to. Ask one person you know in your life that has a college degree and ask them, are they doing what their degree is in for a living? It'll blow your mind. They don't tell you that, right? You got to ask. Ask one person. So that's two things I need you to do for me. Number one is look yourself in the mirror and see yourself where you want to be, not where you are right now. You got to do that and do that continuously. Take these things and write them down. You know what I used to do? Sometimes I still do it. I take little Post-it notes. Mm-hmm. I write down things that I want and I put them on the mirror. So that way when I'm seeing myself where I want to be, I'm looking up in the corner and I'm seeing, I'm seeing the car I want to drive. I'm seeing the square footage house I want to buy. I'm seeing the dream job I want to get, right? I posted on Facebook yesterday, when you can afford it, you might have seen this.
I did.
When you can afford it, what would you get? A helicopter. B, a private jet. C, I'll never afford it. And if you keep scrolling past this post, that's an automatic C. What would you pick?
A and B. Helicopter.
All right. Both? All right. What would you pick?
C.
Okay. You'll never afford it? You sure? What'd you say you wanted to be?
Work on cars.
Okay.
Well, I do want to race them too.
Okay. We'll come back to that. What you want? B? What you want?
B.
What you want?
I don't want neither one of it.
Why not?
Because I don't fly.
Okay. Okay.
I feel the same way. I'm scared.
Scared of flying? Okay. Okay.
I'll probably do the private jet.
The private jet? Me personally, I choose a helicopter. I got an infatuation with helicopters. I wanted to fly helicopters for the Army. I have a blind spot in my right eye, lower left quadrant. Ineligible to fly. Wouldn't even know that had I not pursued what I wanted. Now take that lesson. Take that lesson. I could have just been like, you know what? It's not possible. I'll never be able to fly. But can't nobody tell me no. My name is Elite, right? So my dad kind of set me up for success when I was born. Because when I learned what my name meant, I got like this complex that I can do whatever I want to do, right? Kind of gets me in trouble sometimes, I'll admit. But it benefits me in situations like this. You're not going to tell me I can't fly. What? Okay, what the paperwork got? What I got to do? I got to fill out this? I got to go to this doctor? I got to go through this screening? I got to do this physical? Okay, y'all going to have to show me that no? Okay, why? Sir, you have a blind spot. Imagine if you're flying at night and there's oh, okay, that makes sense. I don't trust you. I need a second opinion. I go to another doctor. I want a whole new exam. I need proof that I can't do this because this is what I want. So I'm gonna keep pursuing it until it's absolutely positive that it's impossible. Okay, I can't fly for the Army, but watch. They're not gonna tell me I can't fly my own helicopter. I pay for this. I'm gonna get there. Watch.
So you're gonna get your own?
I'm gonna buy my own helicopter. Yeah, oh yeah.
Why you laugh?
You're gonna drive in Colombia?
I'm gonna fly, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
He sounds hard-headed like me.
Yeah. Look, it gotta be that
You
way.
won't let me do this, I'm gonna do this shit anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway. What? Who are you to tell me no? Do you know what I've been through to get here? A lot of people, they look at the right now, right? But unfortunately, the look on our face and what we're wearing does not tell the story of what we've been through prior to you meeting me today. So you telling me after all I've been through, I can't have? You're crazy. Because unfortunately, I don't know anybody, and this is me personally, I'm speaking from personal here. I don't know anybody personally who could make it through what I've been through. I'm a champion. For real. If I could draw it out for you, it'll blow your mind. So there's no way, and you've been through stuff, we've all been through. So it's not up to nobody else to tell you that you can't. You have to decide, I can't, and not even that you can. I'm gonna decide that I won't, for whatever reason. Or I'm gonna decide that I will, for whatever reason. But the choice is mine, it's not yours. I hope that makes a lot of sense. Nobody can make that decision for me. One day I will fly a helicopter. And maybe I won't, right? Here is the sweet sauce to the recipe. Y'all ready for it? It's not even really about flying the helicopter. That's just a dream that I have. One day. It's not even really about the helicopter. It's not even about being able to afford the helicopter as much as the process. Let that sink in for a second. The process. This is huge. This is probably the biggest lesson in life. It's the process. A very successful speaker named Jim Rohn. Y'all ever heard of him? Y'all should be writing this stuff down. I'm telling y'all. Hopefully.
My dad made me listen to these people, but I don't even remember their names.
Okay. You probably heard them before and don't even know it. Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn. Hopefully y'all retain this. If you don't, ask somebody else who was here, write it down at some point so you can go back. Put it in your phone. or just hop on my page and get the recording because it'll be up later. Jim Rohn said, make it a goal to become a millionaire. In life. Make it one of your life goals. Put it on your bucket list. A lot of people don't do that. That's easy. Number one, become a millionaire. Why? Can anybody tell me why? I already gave you the answer, but I want you to put it in the context. Why? Why should I make it a goal? It's the same reason why I should pursue flying a helicopter one day. The process. Explain it to me.
The process from going here to getting there.
Yep.
Just makes you want to do it.
Yep. Here's what happens. You got it. Is there a marker?
Well, that's a smart word.
Okay, yeah, I can't write on that.
No,
All right, don't even worry about it. Don't even write.
Sure.
From here to here.
You could.
Here's where I am right now. Here's me as a millionaire. Y'all got me? Everything that's on the white space, and this is good. The white space is what's important. The empty space. This is what I'm gonna control. What's happening here is gonna make me who I need to be to get here. So what's that telling me, Mr. Pierre? I can't get here being the same person I am here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I stay that person I am right now, that's all I'll ever be. That's all I'll ever have. I'll never become a millionaire until I become who I need to be to get over here. There's a whole process. There's a whole lot of stuff that got to happen in this white space. And it's not all good. Some of it's going to hurt. Some of it's going to be trying. Some of it's going to be painful. I'm going to have to make sacrifices. I may even have to give up something. I may even have to lose something I love in that process. Here's what happens when you say things. Got to be very careful what you ask for. You got to be very careful about what you say out your mouth. It's scripture. It's in the Bible. You have to be very careful what you say. When you say things, it goes out into the universe, right? I want to make $1 million. And then when you say that, the universe is going to test you. Okay, you want $1 million? Let's see how bad you want it. Because most people, as soon as they hit something, what do?
Spin it.
They spin it. As soon as they hit something. Ooh, I didn't know it was going to be like this.
They go back to the old one.
You know what? I'm going back to comfort zone. I'm chilling. They ain't say it was going to be this hard. They ain't say it was going to be like this. Y'all ain't tell me I had to do all that. Right? Then they get inspired again. Somebody come to their school who been through a little something, share some words of encouragement. You know what? I'm going to get up. All right, I'm going to try it again. Mr. Pierre done said something, sparked a little fire in me. Here I go again, going to get that $1 million. Then boom, I hit a brick wall. I might not go back there, but you know what? I'm going to stay right here. This is easy. That's what typical people do. This is what I want from y'all. This is number 3. And then I'm going to let y'all ask me a few questions. I know I'm using like all the time. Number 1, look at yourself in the mirror and see yourself where you want to be, not where you are. Number 2, ask somebody who you know that has a college education. Are they doing what they went to school for? That's not to help your decision-making process. That's so you can put it in perspective, right? Because I just want you to understand that the map for what you want needs to be in place. I don't want you to waste any time. If your passion says music, deep down inside, if your passion says underwater welding, deep down inside, you have to follow that, or you're going to regret it. If you don't know, that's really the best thing for you right now. As crazy as that may sound. Because guess what? It changes. Remember, when I was sitting in your seat, I thought I was going to be drawing. Computer-aided drafting. CAD, C-A-D. It's not what I do. I build mobile apps. I'm an app developer. I run a marketing agency. Tech world. A guy asked me yesterday, how'd you get into tech? I don't know. I just wanted to run a business. I just want to speak and inspire people. I just want to be successful. I'm just putting myself in position and opportunities are presenting themselves. The harder I work, the luckier I got. I didn't wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm gonna build apps for businesses and make a lot of money. It just kind of happened. I fell into it. You know what? I'm gonna build ad campaigns on Facebook for businesses, help them make money. That was not the plan. It just happened because I positioned myself. So what I want you to do is I want you to see yourself where you are right now. Know where you are right now. Awareness, right? See yourself where you want to be. Self-awareness of where you are right now. That's important. You got to know where you are. But see yourself when you look in the mirror where you want to be and understand that the process is more important than the goal. I may never fly a helicopter. Say it again.
I was talking to Donovan. I tell him that all the time.
Confirmation. That's what I'm here for. I may never fly a helicopter, but believe this. In the process of attempting to accomplish my goal, I'm going to become a better person. I'm going to accomplish so many other things along the way that at the end, even if you ever heard the saying, aim for the moon, if you miss, anybody? Aim for the moon, if you miss, at least you're amongst the stars. What if I don't make it to $1 million? Raise your hand if a couple 100,000 is okay. I'm just saying. Right now, if a couple thousand would be okay, raise your hand.
Oh, right now?
Right now.
Wait, why ain't you raising yours? Technically,
This is for the last question, and this is for the one right now. You happy now? I throw a foot in there for you.
Thank you.
Even if I don't make it to the ultimate goal, at least I made something. At least I progressed. At least I'm not still over there where I was. And I can look back and be like, you know what? This is all worth it. Because here's a cycle I'm going to share with you. Right? Your belief is going to drive your activity. All you got to do is, and remember I said decision? Make a decision and just believe. Just believe that, you know what? I can do it. For real. I'm not talking about like fake motivation, I'm talking about for real, like deep down inside, you know what? People gonna think I'm crazy, but I really believe I'm gonna fly a helicopter. I really believe say again?
I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you.
That's what's up.
If he buys a helicopter, I'll ride with him.
That speaks volumes. I appreciate that. A person who's scared to fly, if I believe so much in my dream, and here's what's good about belief, it's contagious. If I'm so confident in my belief of my ability to buy the helicopter, he's confident enough to say, I'll ride with you.
Pick him up from Publix.
I gotta go. Pick him up from Publix. Yeah, I won't take him on a what's it called, the very first flight. I won't take you on the first one. I'll get some practicing first. Get at least 1,000 hours. Yeah. The point is just believe. Your belief is going to drive your activity. If you believe, you're going to be more active. Your activity is going to drive your results. The more active you are in pursuing what you want, the better your results are going to be. And guess what the results are going to do? They're going to increase your belief. It's a cycle. So watch this. I'm going to give it to you again. This is good stuff. I promise you. Your belief drives your activity. Your activity drives your results. And what happens when you get money? When you get a result, you do something and you got a reward for it. It make you say it make you happy. Okay. You want to do it again. You believe it's possible now. Not only did I think it was possible, but it's actually possible. I got proof. It drives that belief. The belief goes up even higher. The activity goes up even higher. The results go up even higher. It continues the cycle. All right, so we got a few more minutes. Questions? Anything under the sun?
What made you stop drawing?
I never really stopped. I just never pursued it as a career, but I still sketch every now and then.
My family tell me keep on drawing, but I stopped. I mean, I do it once in a blue moon.
Same here.
But I stopped because I got 2 pictures in the front nurse and I got one in the hospital. Well, they moved it from the courthouse to the hospital.
Got
I
you.
just stopped drawing.
Don't stop. Especially if you love it. So here's the thing about your passion. Even if one day, people will pay you for your passion if you keep doing it because your heart's in it. You can monetize that. So even if it's not the main thing, and if it's really truly deep down inside the main thing, then it should be the main thing. But if you're just doing it every now and again and it doesn't really fulfill you, don't let it go.
I used to do it every day.
Okay.
I found something else I like more than drawing.
That's fine. Do what you love, right? Do what you love, but understand that you still got that skill set. The more skills that you have, the more marketable you are as a person. If you can rap and produce, you can make more money than people who can just produce. You can make more money than people who can just rap. More skill sets, you're more marketable. You're more valuable. There's a female rapper in here?
You're not a female, Desai.
What? You rap?
And she's really good.
That's what's up. Pursue that.
With no cursing or none of that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Strictly school.
Pursue that. Pursue that. We have to do what makes us happy. I don't care what nobody tell you. You have to do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, you want to be able to feel good with yourself. For real. For real, like do what makes you happy. A wise man once said, if you spend your entire life pleasing others, guess who's going to be unhappy? You. Everybody else is going to be happy because you done gave all your energy away. Save some for you. Even if you're not doing it full time, cut some time out of the day, the week, the month, and do that thing you love. That way you can get that fulfillment. You can get that reward. 2 more questions. I can't leave without 3 questions.
What's your
1 then 2. Go.
Your little YouTube page thing.
All right, I got 2 of them. Elite Pierre, E-L-I-T-E. Just search Elite. I'll come up.
I'll put it up.
Second one is E2P. E, the number 2, the letter P, media.
What that mean? Are they linked together?
No, they're 2 separate.
What that
So
mean?
E2P, that's a good question. E2P is my initials, EEP. So when I was a kid, my dad started a company called E Squared P Electronics. E squared, with my accent, people said I sound like I was saying E Scorpion. Can't have that. Plus it wasn't as catchy, so I changed the name of the company when I started my company to E2P Media. My dad's initials are EEP, my initials are EEP, all my son's initials are EEP. So it's a family legacy. There's meaning behind the company name. Not to put a shade over the mood or the moment, but I just lost my 15-year-old son in June. He drowned in Lake Carolina. His name was Elite Pierre. My whole business went into hyperspeed when that happened to me. I had to shift the mindset. Now I have a reason for what I'm doing that's even more powerful than the reason I had before. My why increased.
So that pushed you to go harder.
That pushed me to go harder. I gotta leave something that stands for him when I'm gone. E2P represents my son. Remember I told you that white space? It's not all good, but it's necessary. You just got to know that when you hit that, bust through it. One more question.
How long you did in the Army?
20 years.
20 years.
In May, it'll be 20 years.
What you was doing in there?
I did field artillery fire directions for first 10 years, and then I switched over. I got tired of blowing stuff up and going to the field all the time. I switched to HR so I could sit in the office. And
Appreciate your service.
thank you for your support. Appreciate it. What I start thinking of is when I get out the Army, although it's cool to blow stuff up and make loud noises and be a cool soldier, it doesn't transition to nothing outside the Army. I need something that I could transition.
A lot of people always told me like, it was like if you really don't have nothing to do, go to the Army.
That's my story. That's my life story. I didn't have nothing to do. I wanted to get out the hood.
That's what they're saying. Like if you're from the hood or the ghetto, just go to the Army.
Go to the Army. It'll grow you up real fast. You'll learn a whole lot real
A
fast.
lot of my friends went to the Army after they graduated.
Yep. Nothing wrong with it. If that's what you want. If you don't know, it is a good option. I used to say this. I used to say everyone who's physically and mentally capable of doing the armed service, do it for at least one tour, get what you can, and then get out. I don't even say that no more. If it's something that's in you, try it out. If not, there's so much out here that's yours. No more questions, right? All right, how many of y'all on Snapchat?
I barely be on it. My score like 430.
Yeah, mine's pretty low too, but I'm getting on it. I'm getting active. I'm Elite, ELITEPIE. Follow me on Snap.
Elite Pie.
Elite Pie. That's the same thing my wife said when I first made it. But you know what else is Elite Pie? My Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. It's consistency. It's the only handle that I can get all across everything without putting my full name.
What do the pie mean?
The first 3 letters of my last name, PIERRE. I just wanted my handle to be as short as possible, so I knocked off the rest of it. So it's easy to remember. People remember Elite Pie. It works. It's marketing. That's what I do. So again, keep it simple. Know what you want, follow it, and make it as simple for other people to follow. We'll go on a helicopter ride in about 10 years. Look me up.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.